You are not for the weak. You thought your path was just not for the weak. You are not for the weak. Transformation itself is not an easy process. And you've managed to pull this off with flawlessness. Underneath the surface, there was a lot of turmoil, a lot of havoc and chaos. But as you presented yourself in the face of the valley of the shadow of death and kept walking, it appeared as though nothing was fazing you. That's a degree of self-control that most will never know in 20,000 lifetimes, least of all this one. You, I would say, are like the serpentine. And within spirituality, the serpentine is the ability to be in a state of transformation and healing. And with that comes so many other things that are happening underneath the surface. And what I'm getting is like a butterfly or a dragonfly. The transformation that takes place with a butterfly or a dragonfly, it appears so beautiful because it's cocooned. In that cocoon, there's a goo that is slimed all over the surface of this dragonfly or butterfly. So as the transformation is taking place and people are watching you, they're not seeing underneath the surface the true havoc, turmoil, chaos, mayhem, destruction, calamity that is being stripped, so that when you come forward with all of your beauty. Again, that takes so much self-control. So with that being said, know this. That transformation that you just went through ensured that the days ahead of you will be nothing short of the miracle that you will present by telling your story. You are the walking miracle, literally. And all that pain and suffering you went through had to take place because you were carrying around the old wine skins. And the creator and creation could not pour new wine into old wine skins where the old wine skins were all dried and it had rot from damage that was done from being carried for so long. And all the fabric on the outside was peeling away. So you had to go through that to be stripped of all the old. Brand new wineskins are being brought to you. And there's going to be so much wine. And with this wine, it's going to come so much celebration. And people are going to celebrate you. And you are going to show people how to usher in their transformations, their life legacies. You will be the reason that other people will be able to impart, not even just within their own lives, but into the lives of their family, friends, and just walking into places and spaces where their presence alone will fill that spot and transform the entire environment. That's why you had to go through what you had to go through. That's why it was so dense. That's why it was so strenuous. That's why it was so painful. But when you come back with all of this force and might, you will know exactly why that transformation had to take place. Hindsight is always 20/20. And sometimes when you're in the thick of it, and that transformation is taking place, and there's so much struggle, and there's so much density, and there's so much pain, and there's so much confusion, and there's so much chaos, and there's so much destruction, and it's so many times you wanted to fold, and with every hit you shook that shit off and you got back up even more powerful and more mighty than ever. That proves exactly who you are. That literally proves exactly who you are. You have stood the test of time, and you stood in the thick of it just so you could marinate long enough to create a fragrance to entice those around you to come forward and walk in their own newness. This was nothing light. This is your legacy. This is you moving forward and showing the entire world and the universe, I was designed for this and I'm fully owning it. Grab hold of that shit and press down, squeeze it and grab hold and remember who you are. Remember who you are. You were designed for this. Be ready. That wine is coming. Lots and lots of wine being poured into the wine skins. And you're going to watch as other people around you are going to celebrate your existence. And you're going to heal a lot of people. Just by presence alone. You won't even have to utter any words. Jesus even said that you will do greater works than I. What do you think that means? This is your season. This is your time. You've earned it. Feel that in your soul. When the thoughts come in and try to make you second guess, disregard it. Tell it to get thee behind me if you have to. Own and possess your power. Woo! Here come them chills again. Woo! Yeah, you coming full-fledged. And fury is coming behind you. And everything that's not supposed to be there, you're going to burn it up with that eternal flame you've got inside of you that's always been there. And so it is. Go with love and light.